There's one thing in this game that I always look forward to when a new set drops is the side cards that are in it. Throughout 2025, this has been a tried and true example of probably my favorite cards, other than the Canine stuff coming out all year. For Supreme Darkness, we had the Delta of Invitation, and we also had the Arcana Force cards, which I looked forward to very much. There's always a little hand of goodies that kind of come and go with sets like this. And Duelist Advanced, the set before Justice Hunters, was no different, as we had cards like Leo Wizard the Dark Fiend, and also the custom card for Monarch, Steel Strength's Sacrifice. What this card does is if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can reveal one level 5 higher monster in your hand, then activate one of these effects. But you can only use each effect of this card once per turn. During the end phase of the turn, lose 1,000 life points if you do not normal summon the revealed monster or a monster with the same original name when activating this effect. Special this card from your hand. Add this card from your graveyard to your hand. Banish this card from your graveyard, and then if you do, add one level 5 or higher monster from your graveyard to your hand. Now, on paper, it seems perfect for Monarch. And I want to talk about Sacrifice a little bit and why I think the card is kind of awkward and why it doesn't actually really have a place in Monarch strategies. But it does facilitate what you need. It's free tribute fodder, it's follow-up, and it adds cards. So why wouldn't you want to play it? Well, it's the fact that we already have an engine that just does that, and that's the Squire engine. The thing with Monarch that it struggles with right now is it's not the most consistent deck. It is still innately a 2-card combo deck, and there's no getting around it. And any deck that has a 2-card combo can't really afford to play specific one-ups like this, unless they have hyper-consistent cards that just help fix their mechanic. But Monarch, even though they have a reputation for bricking, they can't actually afford to play this card. You already have cards that actually get you into engine. There's already cards that have synergy. The problem with the Steel Sin Sacrifice is in the card of itself, it doesn't actually do much. While it can get value over time, I'd still much rather play Theresa, Ida, and even Eidos the Underworld, as Eidos is a guaranteed additional normal summon. It has a graveyard effect that actually is relevant. We have a Ida, which of course is broken, where you get the special, whether it's a Theresa or an Eidos. And then of course when it's sent, you can recover your banished cards, so you get immediate plus off it. And then Theresa is a custom card that already gives you the additional normal and can special summon its self out without having to commit anything. And helps you get into your Monarch cards even better. But the huge issue is, I'm just going to say Sacrifice, I'm not going to say its name again and again, is the fact that its recovery just pales. Monarch, for one thing that it does not struggle with, is being able to get certain cards. We already have Erebus, which is able to discard any spell or trap Monarch card and get you basically any monster that you play in your graveyard to your hand. Of course, Sacrifice technically has more because you can actually get Vanity's Fiend, but it's really not worth it when Erebus can already send resources from your deck and hand to hit a non-target hit a card, and Sacrifice really doesn't facilitate that. Sacrifice also doesn't really do anything as follow-up anyway, comparatively, when Monarch can already grab their cards back. It's still not bad. It is definitely the definition of a custom card. I'm not here to say that it's not playable. I'm sure there are some builds where you could probably play one of the card, but as it stands, it has really solid effects, but just doesn't have the right deck for it. It screams Mark, as it does have the exact stat lines that the deck does look for, and it is searchable with Rhoda, which is a card that Monarch does play. But I think Sacrifice still has potential. I just think, unironically, even though it is try and true design for Monarch, Monarch already has better ways to do literally everything that this card can offer. It has better graveyard, it has better recovery, and it has a better free special without having to do anything. Of course, like I said, I don't think this is a bad card at all, but I think there might be a time this card might see play, but I do not believe it'll be Monarch. I think Monarch, for all the issues it still has right now, has better options than playing Steel Stringed Sacrifice. Let me know what y'all think. Have you seen any success with this card? I'd be very curious to hear about it.